Welcome to episode 18 of live.withcode.uk. I'm Mr. Dring from Fulford School. It's been a little while since our last episode. We ran weekly live coding, Python, and remote learning resources all throughout lockdown. And seeing as lockdown has just kicked in again, even though we're still back at school, I thought it'd be helpful to do some weekly Python tutorial videos that you can do if you're self-isolating at home, or even if you're still at school, just some competitive challenges so that you can join in weekly competitions, get some points, and hopefully win some prizes. So rather than last time where I let students vote for topics to cover, this time we're working through all of the learning objectives for Edexcel GCSE Computer Science. If your school is doing a different exam board, hopefully it'll still be relevant as long as you're learning Python. Today we're focusing on arithmetic operators, which just means stuff like adding, subtracting, dividing, all of those easy ones. The ones that students tend to struggle with are integer division and modulus. So we're going to focus on those today. The program that we're going to build up together is one that chooses a random amount of money and then tells you how many pound notes and different coins you need to make up that value. So each time you run it, you should get a different amount of money. And then it tells you, so here, £13.65 is one £10 note, £3 coins, 150p, and then 15 1p coins. I haven't done it for all the like 5 and 10p coins and 2p coins and all of that. That's one of your challenges to work through. So let's start coding all together and see how far we can get. So this code involves some element of randomness. So we need to import the random module into Python. And then we're going to choose a number for the total cost, as in you imagine you find a certain amount of money around school and you get to keep it. It's dead exciting. So cost equals random.randint to choose an integer. And I'm going to go for a number in pence and then convert that into pounds and pence afterwards. So we're going to go for a number between £10, so that's going to be 1,000 pence, and let's say £20. Which is 2,000. Okay, so then we want to be able to work out what that is in pounds and what that is in pence. So just to prove that it works, we're going to display the value. So that's the amount in pence. Control Enter to run it. I want to work out the amount in pounds, so a new variable, and assign a value to the amount of pence, integer division by 100. So let's see, you have found, and then a pound sign, and then the amount of pounds. So integer division means even though you're dividing by 100, you don't want any decimal places. So just a normal division means that you're going to get decimal places on the end. Integer division means you don't round up, you don't round down, it's just you truncate, which is the same as, rounding down. You get rid of all decimal places. Why do we want to do that? Because then we can also use the modulo operator to work out what's left over. What did we truncate? What did we chop off? So cost modulo 100 means you divide by 100 and you work out what's left afterwards. So after you've got rid of all your pounds, how many pence are left? So you have found that many pounds and that many pence. So this is the integer division operator. It divides this number by this number and gets rid of any remainder. This is the modulo operator, which divides this number by this number and just keeps the remainder. So hopefully we can find a random amount of money. Then we want to just keep using those two operators to work out how many £10 notes we've got. So let's have a look. Let's say print that is, maybe a colon, so we can say how many £10 notes and £20 notes and everything like that. So you can't have a variable beginning with a number. You'll get an error if we do something like this. £10 equals, it won't let us do that. So we've got to write out our variable names in letters. And remember, variables can't have spaces in their names. So £10 notes is the amount of pounds that we've got, which is an integer, a whole number, because we used integer division up here. Again, integer division by 10, because if we've got £20, if we do an integer division by 10, we can say then we've got two £10 notes. And then how much have we got left over? Let's see. So the amount of pounds that you had in total, modulo 10 will mean that you divide the amount that you had by 10 because you've got £10 notes, and we're interested in how much you've got left over, which is your change. Okay, let's test it and see what's happening here. So how many pound notes have we got? 10 punds, 10 pounds. Makes sense to say pound rather than pounds. Sorry about that. £10 notes mod 10. And then we'll say that many pound notes. Okay, so you found £18.95, which is just one £10 note. And then most of them should be £1 note. But if we go for a number between, say, £20 and £50, then we've got two £10 notes. Nice. Let's just set it back to anything from, say, £5 to £50. Okay, so let's expand that and use it a little bit more. We want to work out how many £5 notes we have. 5 notes equals change, integer division by 5. So we're using the variable here. This is the amount we've got left over after we've taken out our £10 notes. So that amount of change divided by 5, integer division. And then the amount left over after that is going to be the modulo of 5. So you divide by 5 and you store how much you've got left over. Then we're going to do something similar here. Right, what do we want to do? We want to say how many £5 notes times £5 notes. And then how many have we got will be £5 notes. And then the comma just means we're going to show that value and we're going to show this string. So here we go, £15.67, one £10 note, one £5 note. Good, we're getting somewhere. Hopefully now we can copy and paste this and adapt it a little bit. So after £5 notes, we will go for pound coins. But actually that's dead easy, because after we've done our £5 notes, the change after that is going to be how many pounds you've got. So that's nice and easy. Print change times £1 coin. Let's get rid of this for now. There we go, £13, one £10 note, no fivers, and £3. That's good. Now we want to deal with pence. So we worked that out separately. We've dealt with all of the pounds. Now we need to be able to deal with that 76 pence in this example, or however much we've got. Right, so let's copy this as an example and see what we need to adapt. So the biggest coin after a £1 coin is a 50 pence. Again, we have to write it in letters. So 50p is going to be the total amount of pence that we got here, and then integer division by 50. And then we can get the amount of change, which will be the total number of pence modulo 50. Modulo means remainder after dividing. And we can show 50p's times 50p coins. I hope this will work. So £33 with no 50p's. Let's get a number bigger than 50. Here we go. £20.70 has one 50p. We're getting somewhere. It seems like it's working. I'll do a couple more until you can spot the pattern, and then I'll put a couple of challenges for you to work through. You'll have access to all of this code. There's a link in the description if you're watching on YouTube, or you can get all of the resources on live.withcode.uk. Let's see, 20p is the amount of change left over after dealing with 50p's. This time, we just want to do integer division by 20 pence, and then starting with the amount of change we had left over from our 50p's, we'll divide that by 20 and just keep the remainder. That's what modulo means. And then we'll show 20p and 20p's. Hopefully that'll work. Let's see, £17.85, we're going to need 50p, we're going to need 20p. Yeah, you get the idea. Okay, so I'm not going to bother doing any more. I'm just going to show the rest as 1p's. So let's say print and change is the amount of pence left over times 1p coins. I remember going into Woolworths when Woolworths was an actual thing and buying some toys which cost a fiver. I think it was some micro machines, some little cars. So I saved up 500 pennies, took them to Woolworths and poured them all out on the counter and bought these toys that I'd saved up for. They were not all that impressed. So it's not great to give 16 1p coins. It would be better to do 2 10p's, 1 5p and 1 1p, but you get the idea. You can add that in yourself if you want to. So there's a couple of challenges that I'll put in. When you do the investigate part of the K-Pride activity, that's what I'd like you to work through. Here we go. So challenge number 1, adapt the code to show how many £20 notes are needed. So before you deal with £10 notes, maybe you can deal with £20 notes first. Can you adapt it? So instead of a random number, you can get the user to type in the amount of pence, as in 1,200, to get to £12, something like that. And can you adapt it to show the 10p, the 5p, and the 2p coins? Remember, on live.withcode.uk, or if you've registered your school for the competition challenges, you should get some K-Pride activities, which will give you points for analysing and spotting all of the different key concepts on here. So let's have a look. Yep, on live.withcode.uk, you've got an access to this code that you can type out as fast as you possibly can. You've got resource 2 is this code that you can tweak and change and work through the challenges. Resource 3 is the K-Pride activity, particularly the challenges. You get points for identifying the keywords so that you're more familiar with those. But you can also predict and run and investigate and do the debug sabotage thing that automatically injects errors into your code and try and fix them, or to make your own code that uses arithmetic operators yourself. And then finally, there's a little link, I think it's a keyword activity challenge today, to see how much you understand about the different arithmetic operators. All right, I hope this has been useful. Do take part in the competitions, or if you're watching and your school hasn't signed up, then do ask them to get in touch, because it's free for your school to get involved, and you can win points and prizes if you get involved. All the very best, and hopefully see you next week. Bye-bye.